Hi there, this is Sheena Rowlands and today I'm sharing with you my latest layout for Hey Little Magpie. And for this layout I'm using the Simple Stories Vintage Linen Market Collection. I've already used it for one layout that you can check out here on YouTube, and I'm deciding I'm going to make a second layout, and I'm using as the background one of the backgrounds from the basic kit. So it's checked on one side and it's blue with a bit of a text on the front. So I'm using papers by the from the 6x8 pad, and I really like this patchwork one, so much so that I've got two, and I've got one at the top and one at the bottom, and I'm planning to join it together behind the photograph and future embellishments, so you won't know that it wasn't taken from a 12x12 sheet. And I do love it when paper packs have got two of the same paper, and also because these are 6x8, these papers, it's really easy to join the patterns and use them as 12x12 pieces, sorry, 12-inch long pieces. So I'm kind of just having a go at putting together what I've imagined. I'm looking to create a vertical column of pattern paper, but then spread the embellishments either side. I picked the photo for a number of reasons. I think it really goes with the paper colour wise. I'm dressed in navy, my friend Yvonne is dressed in red. I think that goes perfectly with this collection. And to be honest, it's really nice to see a collection with a deep blue in it. I wear a lot of blue, I'm that sort of girl, and it's nice to have various shades of blue, and just some of them go a bit lilac-y and a bit purpley, but this is a good blue in this kit and I really like it, and I think for me it really works. So I was really pleased when I saw this, and I knew that I wanted to create with it. So here I am with layout number 2. So I'm just looking at papers to go on the vertical there. I'm going to join those two together so that I've got the yellow check at either end. And I'm doing that in such a way because I want that to be where I add my journaling later on. And I'm going to use the lines of the check to do that. So I'm going to join those together. But one of the reasons I mentioned, I chose this photograph not only by the colour, but because this photograph was also taken um, in the summer months, and it's just typical of the weather we're having at the moment. And it was the weather at the moment that made me think, actually, this would be a really good photo to scrap with this collection, because I hope to goodness we haven't already had our summer, but the weather has been appalling. The photograph itself was taken at a festival in 2018, and it was one of those ones where it started off sunny and the coats were off, and then the coats were on, then the brolly was up in the intervals, and then the brolly was down, and we're still smiling in the photo, so it just shows that we had a really good time. But it was just typical of an outdoor venue. We were pleased we could get the brollies up in the intervals, but you weren't allowed them up while the singers were singing, so hey, it is what it is. But anyway, it still makes me smile, and I can still remember who we saw, and I'm going to add all that in on the journaling when I get that far. So do check out this range and lots of others in Hey Little Magpie. They've got new stocks and collections being added to the store continuously, and this is certainly one of my favourites. You can also follow us on Facebook, and there's a monthly challenge, and also on Instagram and here on YouTube. So I'm still compiling the bits and pieces on the layout. The title is now coming together. I'm using the words summer and hello from the die cuts bits and pieces. Got some flowers there. I'm not sure they're going to make the cut. I'm just looking at the tags. I do like that blue tag. It says enjoy every minute, and we are smiling in the photo. And this piece of it's from the basic kit. It's navy on blue on one side and checked on the other. It's from a previous layout where I've gutted it, and I'm just tearing a strip because I want to add a little bit more of this bold blue, and I'm going to tuck it in as another layer. So I'm not adding all of that, but I'm just adding a strip. So I'm going to fit that in. I think it's going to balance the other brighter blues that I'm using. So far I'm quite pleased. There are lots of little strips. That's what's so nice with the 6x8 pad. You can just add these long strips, and I'm happy with the way it's coming together. I decided to bring in my metal circle dies because it goes very well with these circular stickers that are in the sticker book. and I'm going to pick out a few pattern papers and I'm going to cut some circles from it, some of the 3x4 bits and some of the bigger pieces, so that I can layer them across to literally put my embellishments on. I've put the cut circles to one side and I'm just going to gut the background paper. It's a lot of effort, and I do wonder halfway through why I bothered to do it. But actually, I really like these background papers in this range, and I wish there'd been 2 of each in the pack. I do like when things are doubled up. So I'm just using the white cardstock there as a base to put the blue down so I can add the strip. Because it's a complete 12-inch vertical, I have gutted the back, and I'm just going to use a bit of double-sided tape and stick them down. But it is a bit of a faff, so I understand why lots of other people don't gut paper, but I really liked it, and it's another shade of blue, and I know that I'm definitely going to use that piece again. You are going to see it again. So now I know that that's now 12 by 12. The white cardstock was only there as a guide. I'm going to start to stick a few things down. So I've added the layers to the back of the photograph, and I've added a few foam pads behind it. I do like a bit of depth in the layouts that I make, so I do always use foam for the embellishments. I've got various circles that I've cut, and I want to layer them either side and a little bit underneath and just carry them across. I think it goes quite well with the polka dots that you can't really see, but the umbrella is polka dotted, and I know I've got checks and vertical lines and everything else, but I didn't think it would hurt to add a few of these circles, and I want to bring in a few of those circle stickers off the sheet from the sticker book as well. And I'm going to mount, because they're quite thin from the sticker book, I'm going to mount them on to some of the circles that I've die cut. So now I've gone back to thinking about the title. I've had a look at the letters that are in the sticker book. They're a bit on the tall side. So these are just some navy foam letters. I think they're a Page Evans one from a good few years ago. And I'm going to add the word British to some white cardstock. And then the plan is to fussy cut it out to be similar to the word summer that I cut out of the die cut pack. So I'm not going to leave it straight. So it takes me a little bit to do, and I do that off camera. But that makes me smile. It says, "Hello British Summer" as the title. So just to be sure, I'm going to have a look at everything else, see if there's any other bits and pieces that I want to use that are on either the foam sheet or on the sticker sheet. See, I don't really want to add too many bits up at the top of the photo. I want to keep all my embellishments on the horizontal now that I've got the circles pretty much where I'd like them to be. I decided that just to soften behind that tag, I'm going to bring in a flower cluster, and I add a little bit more torn paper. I realise there isn't very much yellow at this stage. I've got a big piece top and bottom, so I start to add a little bit more yellow in, and that starts with that piece of paper there. I'm going to just tuck in and add a bit of tape to. You barely see it, but I know it's there. There's a bit of yellow there in the flowers as well. So I'm going to add a couple of the enamel dots from this collection to the hello die cut, and I'm just having a look at some of the foam hearts. I really like those, so they're definitely going to be added in. I also decided to add some wax twine to the top of that bulldog clip, and it's always the simplest things are the hardest things to do, aren't they? I've brought it down across the photo a little bit, and I've added a couple of turns through the tag, and then I'm going to I want the ends to look effortless, and I always find that's really difficult, so I'll tweak it and tweak it. I could stick it down eventually with a little bit of like Pritt stick type glue, but I'm just being a bit fussy with it. And then I'm just going to have a look at whether other bits and pieces. I think there were some hearts that I mentioned, and I'm going to add a couple bits in yellow as well. So I want to make sure that I've brought a few more yellow elements into the final mix. I didn't intentionally add a heart to every circle, but I think I literally did by the time I'd finished. There was lots to choose from on the sticker sheet and the foam sheet, so hey, that's what I went ahead and did. I do the journaling off camera because there's quite a bit of it, and I wanted to check the dates. But this is the finished layout, and you can see there is some element of depth in there. It's holding together, even though it's a piece of paper I've cut apart and joined back together again. This is the finished image and some close-ups for you too. Thank you so much for watching. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. We'd hope to see you here again real soon. And this is Sheena Rowland saying bye for now.